So I logged in as a technician and I will go to my schedule. Well, I can see directly here when I click on my schedule that it's showing me 4 records. 3737, so this is the one that has been approved. You can see it here. You can also see already on top that you have also queries here. So I can see assigned work, which is the default query. I can see PMs, which are due this week, and I can see work that's created on this device. Well, that are just default queries. Of course, it's possible to define different queries because every company have their own queries and their own statuses and their own information. Then I also have 2 views here. I can view it in a sort of list mode, but I can also view it on a map mode. And once I go to the map mode, you will directly see that it will bring up the map, which is in this case an Esri spatial map. So yeah, it's directing me directly to my current location. So this is where I am at the moment. And if I zoom out a bit, you can see that the work orders where I really am interested in pretty much in the west of Holland in this case. So, and with different colors, I can see work orders are already in progress or work orders are only approved. And I can also see some clustered work orders. Basically, this means that there are more, and in this case, 2 of them on the same place. So that could be, of course. And those layers, you can view them also here. So I will click on the layer button. I will show you first the layers. So if you see here, you can see here the base map. You can see the different kind of layers that you have, for example, for work orders and service requests. Once you go to work order, you can see the different icons here and where they stand for. So let me zoom in a bit more on the map, and then we can see directly, for example, this one. If I click on them, it will highlight me the work order below. So you can really use 2 different types of searching for work. You can see it on the map or you can see it in the list. So the one 3737 is also showing below here. I will just go to this work order. And I can also see a quick view of the work order here. So I stay in this map view and I can just go ahead and start working with this work order directly from the map view. So let's go back to the list and let's go to the work order I want to start with. Let's first open the work order and show what kind of information I all can see in this view. Basically, pretty much a lot of the same buttons as we saw in the other role, in the approval role. But let's just take a look now at a couple of things I'm interested in as a technician, of course, because I want to know what kind of materials do I need for this work order. So I click on the materials and I see the same thing as we saw in the approval screen. So I can see that I need to get 2 of this one, 3 of that item, and 5 of that item. I can still, when I decide at this moment that I also need different material, I can also click get reserved items. So then basically I get a screen, I will show it, where I can just select all the items that I have collected, basically. So I've got all the items and I can start working. Or if I go back, show you again the materials view, I can also request new material. Because it's always possible, of course, that something has not reserved for some reason. And then I can just still use this functionality to maybe request a specific material that I think I need, because the problem is in a certain way that me as technician knows already that I'm going to need a certain seal, for example. So let's just click on this plus sign here on the right side and just make a material request. And I can do this in 2 ways. So I will show both of them. I can also do this later on when I report the materials, of course, but in this case, I want to request it up front because I need it. So I just click on item. And once I click on item, you can already see that I get a default list of items, but also you can see again, the barcode scanning or QR code scanning button. And I will use that one now to just show how scanning is working. So I have printed out here a QR code. You can see it on top, and I have also a barcode. And if I go over the QR code, you can see it will directly select the item. So I will just select it by clicking on this arrow here. So I click on it and it will notice already to me that it's in the central storeroom. I can change the quantity here. And well, this is just pretty good. I will just save it and I can fill in a required date, of course. Well, this is just today, with priority. I can even mention if it has to be dropped to someone else or drop at a certain place, but I will leave it like that. And then you can see the blue button on the right side above here to send it. And I will send it, and you can see here now a material request has been created, 1004, and it's still in draft mode. So depending on the workflow, of course, you can go to waiting for material status, of course. In this case, I just go ahead. We cannot wait for that. This is just a way of adding some additional materials to the work order and using the Maximo mobile app to do that. Okay, let's go ahead by just starting the work. Let's assume that I got all the materials, and I will start with the work order by just clicking on the right side above here, start work. Once I click start work, you can also directly see that the button changes in stop work, and also a button will be added, pause work, because now the timer is counting, of course. So I really started my work and it's counting. The status has been automatically changed to in progress, and I can start my work. If I now go ahead and just go to the tasks. So I've started the work order, want to proceed with the tasks, but I first want to take a look at the attachments. So I go all the way down and I can see the attachments there. I just want to get a little notification on what kind of attachment do I have here. So I have an Excel file, which I need to take into account. So I can see, oh yeah, it's just using, when I open the Excel, it's using the iOS, in this case, the iOS functionality to show this document to me. So I can see the default 3 sheets. Well, the other 2 are empty, and I can just zoom here. I can make it properly readable for myself. And once I'm done here, I can even share it on the top here. You can just share it by using the device functionality. And once I'm done, I'm just clicking done, and I'm going back to the attachments. Of course, I have pictures. So you can see here a JPG file. I can click on that. I can zoom it in a bit. Also another JPG file with showing me the leak. Also PDF. And a PDF is just showing me, of course, again, the PDF in the viewer that iOS is providing me. So I can just use this search functionality, which makes it very easy, of course, for users to go to a certain thing. If it's a large PDF file, I can just go to all the results I get on my search section. So that's really convenient also to use. And of course, I have also the ability to attach URLs, so websites. So that will show as this icon. And once I click on the icon, it will just open the web page in a certain viewer. I can just view the web page and take that information into account that's important for my work order. And of course, I have the ability with the plus sign here, with the plus icon. So I can select something from my photo library. I can take a photo or video, or I can choose a file from my file library. Well, in this case, let's just take the middle one and take a photo. I can always retake the picture or say use photo, and then it's just added to the attachments. And you can see it directly on top here. So that's as far as goes for attachments, and I'm only showing Excel file, PDF file, pictures, and a website. But of course, it could be a lot of files which can be added here. So once I go back to the screen of the work order, and I've seen the attachments, I will just go ahead and proceed with my tasks at this moment. And so I will just open the tasks. It's showing me already that there are 6 tasks at this moment. So I will click on the task button, and there you can directly see an overview of all the tasks. And in this case, it's just only the description of the task which is showing me. And once I completed the tasks, I can click Mark Complete here. You can see the button here. And once I click Mark Complete, it will automatically open the second task for me. So once I complete also the second one, it will go to the third one, and again to the fourth one. And on the fourth one, we can see something different. We can see that the inspection icon will come up here. So apparently to this task, an inspection form has been connected. So because we have the ability to connect an inspection form, which we can create in the work center, to connect it to tasks or work orders, but it can also be connected to tasks. And I can just go ahead. So I've completed task 4, I completed task 50, completed task 60. Very good. I've completed all the tasks, including the inspection. So I click done. And now I'm finished with my task. You can also see that the number 6 is gone, because I've completed all of them. And I will just go ahead with the next step and showing the different functionalities of the app. So I already talked about and shown a couple of the buttons on the work order side. This one was for materials. There you can just go, that will show me the reserved materials. And there I can just select some reserved items. I use this filter. So I've not used all the reserved items, but you can see directly, once I select one of the reserved items, it will automatically be added to the report work section. You can already see that 2 of those are now issued. I can still change that later on, but in this case, 2 of them are already issued to this work order. If I go back and go to the second, there you can see that one log entry which my supervisor has created. I can also add a log here, of course. And also here, you see that there also is this icon. That's just an additional button where you can select some of the out-of-the-box Maximo functionalities we know. In this case, it's not a client node, it's just a update or a work node, but let's just make it an update. Once I selected that, I can click on the send button and you can see that it, as the chat functionality, will just be added to the work log section. Then the third one, to save your device location. Once I click on that, you can see device location is saved. And it's just that you can save the location where you are at this moment. So that could be convenient to save it also directly to the work order. Here you have an inspection button, because there can also be an inspection be added to the work order itself. There we have the tasks. I'm not showing those again, of course. And here we have the report work section. I will get back later to that because I have to, of course, also report my hours and stuff, and also the failures. Then if I go a little bit down, you can see the asset information again, it's up. And also you can see here a barcode button, but this button is made to make sure that you are on the correct asset. Let me first do the 11.430. Asset confirmed. It will give me the notification asset confirmed. Once I select an asset which is not a good one, so it's not the 11.430, but the 11.450, it will give me this message. Asset mismatch. So the asset scanned is 11.450. The asset should be 11.430. So then it's just giving me a heads up. And it could be in some companies, could be interesting, of course, that you do this check because, a lot of assets may seem alike. And you just really have to make sure that you're on the correct asset. Last functions here, meter readings. There I can fill in the meter readings, see the meter readings. If I click on update, I can just fill those meter readings in. Here, I also have the ability to see the related work to the location or the asset, same as on the approval application. And with the last icon here, I can report downtime. Clicking on the button, which is at the current moment is selected up. But if I click on down, then you will get those buttons, fill in the status date, you can fill in the time and the downtime code, of course. It's down at this moment. It's just a little adjustment because I need to replace the seal. And that's all I wanted to add. And you can also see now that the asset is down. I'm quickly replacing the seal. So let's just wait for a couple of seconds. Go back to the downtime again, clicking up again, and it's been reported as up again. So that's just using the downtime functionality. Very easy and very convenient to do in this way. And then the other information, I can create a follow-up work order, of course, for that vibration. Let me quickly show you that one. There is no follow-up work. I here have the button for create follow-up work, so I can just click the plus sign. And description would not be leaking pump, would be vibration. I don't have to fill in everything. I leave it up to the supervisor, but I just wanted to create follow-up work because it's important it's registered that follow-up work needs to be created. So I'm done. I go back to my work order again. So follow-up work created. Last thing I wanted to do is reporting my work. Once I click on stop work, it will say, okay, send this labor time for approval. I started the work order 80 minutes ago, so that's good. I can just edit it if it's necessary, if it's half an hour or something, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just sending it. Then I'm also want to go to the report work section and also report failures. Because you can see here failure reporting, labor hours reporting, materials and tools. Well, tools are not in case at this moment. So let's just click this pencil. And there you can see the failure report. It's just working the same as in Maximo, basically. And I can just go through the navigator by clicking here on the different problems, causes and remedies. So in this case, it was leaking. It will automatically bring me to the next one. So to the cause, the seal was leaking. And what do we do to solve it? We replace the seal. And once I selected the last one, I can just fill in some remarks below here. I'm not going to do that. I'm just clicking on the complete button. You can see it's filled in now. I have my labor hours. I can decollapse that. I can see, okay, what was it again? Oh yeah, 80 minutes. And I can see the materials used. And also here, and that's what I meant in the beginning with the 2 ways of adding materials. I also can, of course, add materials here. So now I'm basically done. And I just want to complete this work order. By clicking complete, work order is completed. I get a notification and I can proceed with the next one.